airport study report from Mr. Romanko, and we've heard the report, and we have had, we need to now decide how to proceed on this one.
May I?
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. I'd like to move that Council denies the request for funds for the Penticton Air Service Study.
And that would be option number 2. Is there a seconder for that? Thank you. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to this? All in favor? Against? That does not pass. So do we need another?
For 3.
So do we need another motion, or?
Well,
we've already had about 3 or 4, haven't we? I'm not sure where we're at on this.
What council wants. It all depends on what council wants to do.
Councillor Youngberg.
I'd like to make a motion, please, that we, just a second, get the wording here, that we support the study from as requested in the amount of $2,000, and that we participate in for the benefit of the Osoyoos community and the business sector.
Thank you. That's a good compromise.
No, this is not a second. I'd like to comment.
All right, hang on. We're going to get a seconder first. Are you seconding that?
1,200 got knocked down.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay. Councillor, I think, did you want to speak to it first, Councillor Youngberg, or you've already?
Yeah, no, I just have spoke to it several times, and I just think for us to, sort of skip the support for an airport that provides all of our business community and all of our residents the opportunity to increase the service. And yes, it's a federal service, but as I have already said, Penticton has to spend a lot of money, politicking with WestJet and Air Canada to get the service in that airport, and they need the funds.
Thank you. Councillor Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. Did you assume I wanted to say something, or?
Oh, I thought you had your hand up because you wanted to speak. I'm sorry. Am I incorrect?
No, I was just going to offer a suggestion about the recommendation.
So
the motion.
So it was moved and
yeah.
It was moved and seconded. So did you go ahead? Do you want to speak to it? Go ahead.
So federal airports are supported by taxation in Canada. They are put there for the benefit of all residents, not only in the area, but every person in Canada. And we have paid already for this service. And we should be the beneficiaries of all things that happen there.
Can I ask you, Mr. Manco, how do we pay for that, or is that paid?
Well, and again, I'm just not speaking from intense knowledge, but airports may be operated by the federal government. However, communities spend a lot of money trying to attract certain levels of air service to the airports to enable increased services to their community. Airlines just don't come to airports. The airports are there, but the communities have to make cases to try and get the air service that they want for themselves and the region. Case in point, look at all the time, energy, and money that was spent attracting WestJet to the Penticton Airport. That was not done as a federal service. That was done by the communities in the area trying to increase the service. So to me, this request for funding is addressing trying to better the service, to improve the number of flights going in, so that the federal government will actually probably increase the amount of investment in the airport, and certainly talking to Air Canada to try and improve the quality of aircraft that comes in to the Penticton Airport, so that people do not have to be turned around because of low ceiling. is something that I think would be a benefit to this community, not only the business community, but there are many, many people who travel recreationally that use the Penticton Airport. But the service attached to the airport, the carriers pay for their landing fees.
Right.
So the more landing fees you have, the better the airport you have.
Thank you. I totally agree, and I use that airport often because I find it very convenient to go to Vancouver, where my family is, and it's 45 minutes from my house to the airport, $15 a week for parking, which is a huge, it's pretty amazing. I would like to see improved service there and the ability for planes to land safely, and so I am definitely in favor of supporting us providing a very small amount of money to assist this study to make sure that it continues. Did you, Councillor Young or Councillor Rhodes?
The community of Penticton and many of our community members in Osoyoos participated in that pitch to WestJet. It was a tremendous, tremendous community thing. However, the city of Penticton has benefited enormously from that because of that service. Let's not forget that WestJet didn't literally fall out of the sky into the city of Penticton just because. WestJet is a for-profit business, and they make sound corporate decisions based on profitability, not just because they want to provide a service to somebody at their cost. This particular study in no way, shape, or form indicates what it's going to be used for. And I say over and over and over again, realizing that I'm being totally redundant, we already pay for this.
I get it. I think we pay for several things, probably more than than some people would prefer.
Well, even the proportionate share of the new transit program. So, I mean,
Yep. So I think we've got it moved and seconded that we support this in the amount of $2,000. Am I correct, Mrs. Hilson? Okay, let's take a vote on this then. All in favor? Against? Okay, I think we're done. We've gone through this many times. Is there anything else that we can do, Mr. Romanko, or is this dropped? I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Well, you either got to find a number council's happy with, or
It sounds like
because the motion to not to support has been defeated already. I'm trying to rationalize the voting process here, that the motion to not to support has been defeated. And you just can't settle on a number.
okay.
So,
Councillor King.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll go back to Councillor Rhodes' comment earlier that he sounded like he would support $600 or $800. So I'd make a motion we support it to $700.
Is there a seconder? Thank you.
Who seconded?
Councillor Rhodes. Is there any other discussion about this? Yes.
Well, my apologies.
What for?
I was
Why are you
not.
apologizing?
I was not.
Yeah.
Because, well, never mind.
No, don't worry. Carry on.
So, trying to jump in before the motion was put on the floor is a letter of support. Would that have been an option?
that certainly is something council may want to consider.
I know, but does it have to be a monetary thing? Could it be a letter of support?
They've asked for monetary support.
Somewhere in the dissertation earlier, there was a comment that one other community had supported by letter of support.
What I said was DOs didn't have any money, so they provide a letter of support.
Because they were asked if they would support it, and they said no. So that's not a community, that's Destination Osoyoos. So the motion on the floor is, or do we have one?
Yes, you
Could you read it, please?
that council provides funding in the amount of $700 for the Penticton Air Service Study.
All in favor?
I got to go uncle on this one.
Yeah. You second. Okay, so we've all supported that. That was unanimous. Thank heavens that we got through that. Okay, thank you. And the next item is we don't have a notice of motion, so we will go to the general net payroll and Sun Bowl Arena financial accounts, and to report on expenditures to July the 3rd, 2018. General cash requirements of $570,125.73, and Sun Bowl cash requirements of $27,206.20. And those are, what's the official term for that?
Adopted by consensus. Adopted by consensus.
Adopted by consensus. You see, I'm all mixed
Going
up
right
today.
off the rails now.
And the net payroll accounts, this is for information only, $135,974.17. Thank you. And the next is any committee reports. I don't think there is any. And so the CAO report, please.
Thank you, Mayor McCordoff. Just a few items that we've been involved in, starting in finance. As of yesterday, we had 81% of the taxes paid, but I know it was a very busy day in the office here today, and our target is usually between 90 and 96%, so we probably will meet those targets before the 10% penalty is paid. Needs to be paid. In terms of planning and development, the staff continue to work on the Braeburn subdivision. The Wibbit proposal is waiting for council for provincial approval. Lobelia Drive is waiting for approvals from the Agricultural Land Commission. Next steps will be a rezoning for single-family housing, and staff are handling increased number of development permits and inquiries for foreshore improvements as a result of the flooding. In terms of the town center renewal, the director is attending meetings to build interest, for example, at the Rotary. The new advertising starting this month, and hopefully have the task force meet this summer to continue visioning. Just a note relative to last time we had some wrong numbers. Currently we are 42 building permits to date for a value of $7.5 million. In terms of public works, they've been setting up and breaking down after Canada Day celebrations. Line painting is in progress throughout the community. It's about 80% complete, and that's my report for today.
Thank you very much. We need a motion to accept the report. Thank you. Councillor Youngberg, Councillor Rhodes, thank you. All in favor? Okay, now on to councillor reports. Councillor King.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just short and sweet. Attended the music in the park that just started up Friday night, and it had to be one of the biggest crowds I've seen in past years. I'd like to big thank you to the coordinators and volunteers that put that on, and also was in the parade on Sunday, another great event. Kudos to all the volunteers that make it happen, and especially to the fireworks at night, because the beach was just packed, I don't know, 10, 20 deep.
Good, thank you. Councillor Youngberg.
Yep, thanks, Mayor McCordoff. Yes, again, kudos to everybody from July 1st. Cherry Fiesta Committee is well supported. All the functions were really well organized, I think. Parade was well attended. I just think we've got more people attending our July 1st parade every year. Just seemed to me anyways, there were more spectators for sure. And Desert Park is moving on, and I just make great appeals to people to enjoy the new riding stable that has opened up at that facility. And again, we're fighting the puncture vine and the sawgrass, which we hope everybody will try to take care of in their yards, and just as we are up there. I had one last thing I wanted to mention. Anyways, it just slipped my mind. So that's my report.
Thank you very much. Councillor Campbell.
I'd be redundant if I...
Be redundant?
Well, I think my comments were about the Parade Canada Day and the amazing job everybody did. So.
No problem. Councillor Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor McCardoff. Well, I'm going to summarize the whole thing ditto of all the previous comments and add the word wow in capital letters with a few explanation points behind it. What a great day. What a great
Let's throw an emoji in there for good measure?
Sure.
Yeah, I could do that too, yeah. And a thumbs up. So, yeah, it was great. Great day. Awesome community.
Thank you. And I'm just going to speak a little bit about it because I am on the committee, of course, for Cherry Fiesta. It was the 70th annual. It was a wonderful day, but I'd like to not only thank the Osoyoos Festival Society, who do an amazing job starting at 6 in the morning and till about midnight, but I want to say special thank you to some of our town employees and our council, because all of council was involved in the parade, in the judging, and in the cutting up and delivering the cake. So thank you very much to all of council and Lisa, CJ's wife. And also I want to say a special thank you to our planning director, who has jumped in and helped with on just about everything, was flipping pancakes along with Councillor King, and also was a parade monitor, going up and down, keeping things on the straight and narrow, along with Miss Van Vienen. So we really appreciate that. And I want a special thank you to our CAO, who brought down the town truck and the lights at 4 in the afternoon, and I think he got home about midnight, so after he took the truck back. So we really appreciate the fact that our town staff, our public works, our community services, they all jump in to make sure that this is absolutely an amazing day. And I was down there for the fireworks, of course. That's, bar none, the best in the country. And a gentleman came up to me after. I didn't know him, and he said, "I just want to tell you that I've been to Ottawa, and this fireworks is better." So I emailed Frank and Annette and told them that, because without all the volunteers in this town putting on this event, it wouldn't happen, and we so appreciate it, and we look forward to next year. And don't forget, Music in the Park is on, and there's tons of other things, and by the way, it's going to get up to 35 or something tomorrow, so you'll all be warm. You've been cooled off for a few days. So thank you very much, everybody, and we will. I will entertain a motion to close this. Thank you, Councillor King, Councillor Campbell. Thank you. All in favor?